This is David Talbot. I'm CTO of WorkMovr. I'd like to give you an overview of the WorkMovr messaging. So all the entities in WorkMovr, members, administrators, companies, company administrators, they can all participate in inbound and outbound messaging. Because of the design of WorkMovr, a single outbound messaging component, such as voice messaging, only uses the single set of data pages for all the entities. So the number of data pages involved is actually quite modest. Okay. And so let's have a look first at voice, because that's perhaps the main component here. So what we use Twilio for voice. So from Caspio, from this Caspio data page here, we go through Caspio REST APIs into Twilio, and we can do worldwide outbound and inbound calling. All the data pages have the little flag to look up the country calling codes, and so calling outbound is quite easy. With both outbound and inbound, we optionally allow or include call recording and call transcripts. Transcripts come from voice to text from Twilio. Not too bad, not too great. They're still really, it's a function, but it's not really verbatim, okay? For inbound voice calls, we route that by team, and then we give a pop-up to answer the call, and you can see that in the videos on calling, okay? And so the pop-up will, if we can match, we match to the inbound caller, and we pop up their information, and then the call center person can answer the call. Okay. Missed calls, if you call in and you have and nobody answers, you get you can record a message, and then we give a notification that there's been a missed call. Okay. We can optionally route to an extension. You know, if you know your party's extension, you can dial it any time. That works okay. And we do the text to voice prompts. And so this call will be recorded, etc. Okay. And so this is an example of the screen pop. And so this is, the person here. Now, the address here is actually in the United Kingdom. And so one of the things we do is we run out to Google Maps here, and we get the local time. So I'm calling here at 1:45 a.m. in the morning, Greenwich Mean Time or UTC time. And here we have a call list for me. And so here's the call here. And so this, I guess this call here was 1:45. And so this was like 1:44 inbound call here. This is my number, 0.8 of a minute, and here's the call recording and the transcript. Transcripts still really, they're Twilio. It's not, WorkMovr didn't do the transcript. It's still a little bit of a work in progress, especially for someone like me with an English accent. Okay. Messaging email. Okay, so we have, for emails, we don't use Caspio email. Caspio email works well in many situations, but we do a lot of emails where we do it automatically. And so it works a little bit easier for us to use Amazon AWS simple email service as SES. Allows us, for instance, to put in attachments and also to do quite a lot of adjustment with putting in QR codes and things like that. So we use, from Caspio, we go Caspio REST APIs into the Amazon SDS simple email service, and both for inbound and outbound calling. For SMS, again, we don't use Caspio SMS. Firstly, we need worldwide, and so we use Twilio Caspio REST APIs through Twilio APIs to send SMS messages, and we can do that worldwide and do attachments both outbound and inbound. Surprisingly, fax is still very, very important in the medical field, and also in some other countries, Germany particularly, and Japan. And so we use SR fax as our fax processing. Now, all the messaging looks very, very similar. So you'll see for voice calls, SMS, fax, you'll see the same sort of user interface here, okay? The fax is HIPAA compliant, and and goes through SR fax, and we actually do an asynchronous process to make sure that the fax actually got to the target fax machine. For inbound messaging, be it voice or SMS or email or fax, we have an orphan subsystem for unidentifiable messages with an inbound and that inbound message notification, be it either, because inbound messages for SMS are silent, so we need a notification that you've got them. And if they're an orphan, we also notify you that there's been an orphan here. We have done chat and video chat. Seems to work not too bad, but at the moment we're saying this is still in beta. Okay. So here's an example of the fax. You can see here, very, very sort of similar layout here. And with fax and SMS and voice and emails, you can attach documents as well. So here we send a fax, and we sent my electricity bill as an attachment to the fax. So that's our overview of messaging, and we have some detail in some of the other components here. Thank you very much.